NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Hyundai dealers, Infinity, Toyota's official site for deals by Toyota.com, and by Southwest Airlines. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we get ready for Game 1 of this four-game series between the Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians on a cloudy night so far here at Fenway. And a check of the standings, the Red Sox are just a half game back of the New York Yankees as they return here to Fenway Park after the lengthy 9-game trip. And really a pretty good trip for the Red Sox overall as you look at the numbers for the Red Sox coming in, and a very good outing again for Clay Buchholz, who wrapped up the road trip for the Red Sox in very good fashion and able to pick up yet another win. He just keeps getting better and better. Yesterday's numbers: 7 innings, just the 1 run on 5 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 4. And Jerry, he has been terrific.
Well, he has been, and you know, it was a very good road trip for the Red Sox. We talked about it in the open, Don, the fact they left here 2 games out of first place. They lost the first game in Tampa Bay, which pushed them 3 back, and they get back home after a long trip, only a half game behind the Yankees from first place. And that's a terrific road trip. It really is, because it was not an easy trip. It was a long trip, a lot of late nights on that trip, a lot of rain delays. There's all kind of stuff going on, and the Red Sox you know, did a very nice job on that trip.
Well, they return home to welcome in the Cleveland Indians and Terry Francona. And to me, Jerry, this is one of the biggest stories going on in the majors right now. Not only is Terry Francona back, but what the Indians are doing.
Well, the last time we saw Cleveland, they didn't look like a very good ball club at all, and all of a sudden they've taken off, and they've taken off with everything: offense, pitching, late inning heroics, home runs. They lead the American League in home runs, and it's gonna, you know, they've really turned things around to lead their division right now over the Detroit Tigers.
Now, they just finished up a series in which they lost their last 2 games. They had a long night too last night, 2 different rain delays. They ended up coming in after the Red Sox from Chicago, as it turns out. So they're as tired as the Red Sox are coming into this game tonight. Ryan Dempster looking to bounce back here tonight after a very tough outing and 127 pitches in his last outing. He and the Red Sox take the field here tonight from Fenway. As they do, we'll take a look at the visiting Indians starting lineup. It's brought to you by Jordan Furniture on Mass Mentoring Night from Fenway.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Jose, and this is my mentor, Dave, from the Old Colony Y, Big Sisters and Big Brothers.
Leading off for the Indians, in center field, Michael Bourne.
Second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
The shortstop, Asdrubal Cabrera.
In left field, Michael Brantley.
At first base, Carlos Santana.
The DH, Mark Reynolds.
The catcher, Yan Gomes.
At third base, Mike Aviles.
And batting ninth, the right fielder, Drew Stubbs.
David and Jose, thanks much. Nice job as on the mound tonight for the Red Sox. He is Ryan Dempster, his 10th start of the year, 2-4 with a 4.27 earned run average in 52 2/3 innings, 63 strikeouts to 25 walks, and opponents hitting at .222 against Dempster.
Now, the Red Sox defense is brought to you on NESN by Southwest Airlines, and tonight the Red Sox begin the night 9th in the league, 25 errors on the season. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Stephen Drew, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Mike Kopp, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Daniel Nava. And Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Dempster.
Well, the umpiring crew tonight: Phil Cuzzi behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, with Tom Hallion at first base, Ron Kulpa at second base, and Chris Guccione is the umpire at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, going to be dodging the raindrops here a little bit over the next couple of days. The Red Sox and Indians in this series tonight, 71 degrees to start the series. The breeze out to left at 16 miles per hour, and there is a chance for precipitation in the area as the night goes on. It appears to increase as Ryan Dempster ready to work here to Michael Bourne. Leading it off for the Indians. When the Red Sox last saw the Indians, they were struggling, and Michael Bourne was on the DL. He is back, and the Indians are playing good baseball as Dempster deals with the first pitch of the game and a swing and a miss for strike 1. One thing we know about Bourne, he can flat out fly very, very fast. It's at 308, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. The Indians surprised some people during the offseason with the amount of money they spent both on Bourne and Swisher based on the last few years for the Indians. That was a little bit out of character for Cleveland. They had not spent a great deal of money. No 2-pitch to Bourne. He's in there for strike 3, and a nice start for Dempster as he strikes out Bourne to begin the game.
Yeah, Bourne came into the game a .313 hitter against Dempster. Saw a lot of him in the National League, but takes a fastball this time right down the middle for strike 3. So Dempster, who last time out only went 4 2/3 with 127 pitches, makes quick work of Bourne, the leadoff hitter in the game tonight.
So 1 out. Jason Kipnis coming up, the second baseman. 248, 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. And a pitch up and away from Dempster. One thing this Indians team can do is hit. That's one thing for sure. And they can hit home runs as well. Pitch in there for a strike to Kipnis. Kipnis has made 37 starts at second base this season. They're going to swing and a miss. Kept him off balance with that. 1-2.
Yeah, good split-fingered fastball that time as we look at Mike Aviles, now a member of the Cleveland Indians.
Another old friend, Justin Masterson, of course, on the Indians as well, and pitching terrific with the Indians. This one bouncing in to even the count at 2-2. Terry Francona, I imagine a lot of emotions have to be running through him, and saw this on the schedule and knew it was coming. This is on the ground up the middle into center field. A base hit for Jason Kipnis. And a 1-out single, first base runner of the game. So 1 out and 1 on. There's Drupal Cabrera. 248, 4 homers and 20 runs batted in. 2-time All-Star. .235 hitter against right-handed pitching so far. Napoli holding on Kipnis at first base. Outfield set up straight away on Cabrera. Up high for ball 1.
Kipnis at first base can run a little bit. He's got 9 steals on the season, caught 4 times.
To wait as he fires to first, and Kipnis back to the bag.
Hey, look at this lineup, and really what the Indians have done, they've done without Cabrera being hot at the beginning of the season. He's certainly going to end up with much better numbers than what he has right now.
And he comes in hitting at .248 into tonight's game. And takes a pitch high for ball 2. 2-0. 41 starts now at shortstop. He's had a couple of starts as a DH. Cleveland with 26 wins coming in. The Red Sox with 28 wins coming into this 4-game series. 2-0 pitch is a strike over the inside corner, and it's 2-1.
I was watching batting practice this afternoon, and the Red Sox did not hit on the field. The Indians did. And that wind gusting out to our left field tonight, and then I'll tell you, there was some shots over that left field wall during BP.
Our team that can go deep. Comes through the long pause, and the 2-1 that is in the dirt. 3-1. Kind of uncharacteristic last time out for Dempster, the way that he worked, and he's trying to get through that 5th inning and just had so many struggles, as John Farrell even tried to get him in a situation where he could get the win and probably stayed with him longer than he would have liked.
Yeah, probably one batter longer.
Yeah. During that outing went 4 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs through 127 pitches. This one fouled off to the left out of play. The breakdown for Cabrera, better away from Progressive Field. Michael Brantley waiting on deck with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. Runner goes on the 3-2, and it's a fly ball to left field. Mike Carp heading over towards the warning track, and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Kipnis back to the bag at first. So 2 down here in the first inning. Kipnis at first, and Michael Brantley coming up. 309 with 2 homers and 24 runs batted in.
This is something new that we did not see in the series in Cleveland. Brantley as the cleanup hitter on this club.
It's a guy that has led off for time to time for the Cleveland Indians. They were in a much different place when the Red Sox last saw the Indians, and certainly doing a very nice job now. They have turned things around in a pretty short period of time. There's a fly ball out to left center field as Carp and Ellsbury come together, but it'll be Carp who makes the catch in what turned out to be an adventure out there on the warning track. Wow, that carried a lot further than I think Carp thought, but he makes the grab that ends the inning.
We're born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see, new adventures. That's how we fly. Beginning June 2nd, Southwest Airlines is offering new nonstop service from Logan to Houston Hobby, starting at $125 one way. Book now online, only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
Summer's just around the corner, which means barbecues, bathing suits, and best of all, Hyundai's Memorial Day sales event. All week long, a new Elantra is yours for just $149 a month. Or drive off in a new Sonata for $179 a month. Or get either an Elantra or Sonata for 0% APR with no payments for 90 days. Kick off summer in style at your Hyundai dealer now. The Memorial Day sales event ends May 31st.
Some people might think we're set in our ways, that we're old-fashioned. We couldn't agree more. For 140 years, Coors Banquet has only been brewed in Golden, Colorado, with pure Rocky Mountain water and the best high-country barley. With us, old-fashioned has never gone out of style. Coors, the banquet beer.
They say you can't buy happiness. I got it for a bargain. Since we left Fios and switched to Xfinity, we get more for our money with the fastest in-home Wi-Fi. That's a big deal, especially for the one paying the bills. Now everyone can do what they want, all at the same time. And way fast. One big happy family.
More doesn't have to cost more. Switch to the Xfinity Triple Play from Comcast for $89.99 a month for 12 months with no term contract. Plus, ask how you can get our fastest wireless gateway. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Back at Fenway Park, the Red Sox batting order is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. And on this mass mentoring night, let's check out the Red Sox lineup.
Thanks, Don. Hi, I'm Layla, and this is my mentor, Talia, from the Big Sister Association of Greater Boston.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
In right field, Daniel Nava.
The second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
The DH, David Ortiz.
At first base, Mike Napoli.
The catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia.
At third base, Will Middlebrooks.
The shortstop, Stephen Drew.
And batting ninth, the left fielder, Mike Carp.
Terrific job as we check out the Indians pitcher coming into tonight, brought to you by New England Nissan dealers. Zach McAllister is on the mound. His 9th appearance, 3-3 with a 2.65 earned run average. Well, it's hitting at .236 against McAllister as he comes into this start at Fenway. Ellsbury tried to bunt his way on, now takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, we see Jacoby fake bunts a lot, but not actually drop him down. That time he had Aviles deep at third base and did try to bunt that first pitch down the third base line.
Two pitch to Ellsbury is going to miss inside, and it evens at 2-2. McAllister 1-2 in his career against Boston, the 4.05 earned run average. As Ellsbury fouls it off and hangs tough here at 2-2. 25-year-old right-hander. Not factor in the Indians' 5-4 win over the Mariners in his last start at Progressive Field. It's 7 1/3, giving up just 2 runs. A defensive swing from Ellsbury as he gets a piece to foul it off. Earlier this season, losing to the Red Sox in a 5-inning effort, 6 hits and 3 runs in a 6-3 Red Sox win back on the 18th of April. Swing and a miss as the fastball up and away. Ellsbury chases and strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the first.
Now the Indians defense is brought to you on NESN by New England Honda dealers. They are 8th in the league with 22 errors on the season. Mike Aviles at third base has Pablo Cabrera the shortstop, Jason Kipnis at second, and Carlos Santana the first baseman. Left to right, Brantley, Bourne, and Stubbs, and Yan Gomes doing the catching for McAllister.
One out in the bottom of the first inning. Daniel Nava the batter. In there for strike one. Nava hitting at .288. 6 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Center fielder Bourne a step or two towards left center. Good sized gap in right center for Nava. Was 2 for 11 in the series against the White Sox. I'm sure it's good to be back home again. Red Sox certainly happy to be back at Fenway, however short this homestand may be.
And however short last night was, too. Yes. Very short night.
2-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. That gap in right center field will get it down. That'll head back towards the triangle area. Back and played by Stubbs as Nava is thinking 3, but he'll put the brakes on and get back to the bag at second. Stubbs got it in pretty quickly as Nava rounded second base on a 1-out double. As they had him played, there was a gap out there in right center, and he filled it.
Yeah, Nava turned around an inside fastball. They try to come inside against him. They leave it on the inside part of the plate, and Nava with the line shot all the way to the bullpen. And you're right, Don, he was thinking 3 bases. He rounded that bag very hard at second base and then decided to put the brakes on and gets back safely.
So 1 out, Nava in scoring position at second base, and it'll bring up Dustin Pedroia. 332 average. 2 homers and 22 runs batted in. And in there for strike one. Set safely in 13 of the last 14 games, including the 12-game hitting streak that he had snapped on the 20th of May at .449 during the 12-gamer. One pitch a little bit high, 1-1. Up right side of the infield. Jason Kipnis drifting to the outfield. Wind is going to take it a tad, but he's there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, help NESN by taking a quick 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience at the ballpark in July. Visit NESN.com/survey during tonight's game for your chance to win.
Well, we already saw the wind have an effect on a couple of fly balls. The one to Mike Karp to end the first inning. And then that ball was pushed back by the wind quite a bit towards center field.
So 2 down, Nava at second base. Indians going into the shift here on David Ortiz. And he's jumping on that first pitch, fouling it back for strike 1. They bring Asdrubal Cabrera to the right side of the infield and leave Mike Aviles on the left side.
And Jason Kipnis way back in right field.
Ortiz pops it up down the first base line. Santana in foul ground. Here comes Kipnis, and Kipnis will make the catch in foul ground that ends the inning. Red Sox leave Nava at second. We head to the second without a score.
3, 2, 1, done. The Ford Dealers Memorial Day sale is counting down. Now through June 3rd, lease the New England Edition Focus maintenance-free for just $99 a month. Just $99 for a well-equipped Focus.
You should be asking yourself, what is sweetness? Without a little bite. Be careful, Angus.
Our homeless patients are thrilled when they get socks. Offering people socks when you've been wandering around all day is one of the most powerful things we can do to really engage people and let them know we care. They're receiving something that is clean and comforting. So when those socks are coming from the Red Sox and Red Sox Nation, it gets even more powerful.
Bring a new package of white cotton socks to Fenway Park, May 25th and 26th, all to benefit Boston Healthcare for the Homeless program.
For more information, visit NESN.com.
Your grilling is still going to be pretty amateur. But your deck, that's pro. Finish like a pro with Cabot wood stains. Cabot, that's pro.
3, 2, 1, done. The Ford Dealers Memorial Day sale is counting down. Now through June 3rd. Lease an all-wheel drive Ford Escape with EcoBoost power for just $179 a month. Just $179 for an all-wheel drive Escape.
Back at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox with a nice touch putting together a montage video of Terry Francona and the former Red Sox returning here in Cleveland Indians uniforms, and a standing ovation for Terry Francona as he would touch his heart as he did coming back on the 100th anniversary last year, and a very emotional moment certainly for him to be back here at Fenway Park. And Tito has his Indians coming up here in the second inning. Carlos Santana, Mark Reynolds, and Yan Gomes.
That was a very nice tribute the Red Sox paid to the visiting players and also Terry Francona, and this crowd started to go crazy when they saw Tito up on the scoreboard, and you could tell he was touched by it.
1-0 pitch is going to miss high, and it is 2-0 to Carlos Santana. .296, 8 homers, 18 runs batted in for the sometimes catcher who drops a bunt down the third baseline. Boy, that is well placed, and it will roll fair. Dies right before the line, and an infield hit on the bunt single by Carlos Santana.
Well, the Red Sox into the shift on Santana, so he tries going down that third base line, and watch this ball hit the grass, then roll right to the foul line and stay on the foul line. Looked like it might go foul, but it just dies. It stays there. So the base hit, the bunt base hit by Santana to start off the second.
So a bunt single to begin the inning. Reynolds at .248, 12 homers and 37 runs batted in. And the pitch riding high and tight. Reynolds, a valuable part of what was an incredible story last year in Baltimore. Now he comes to the Indians and tries to do the same. As Reynolds will take a pitch high, and it's 2-0. In there for a strike right on the corner, 90 miles an hour. Top for ball 3, 3-1.
Now Reynolds, a guy you got to be very careful with. 12 home runs on the season. It goes to the split finger fastball on the 2-1 count.
He signed in December as a free agent. And takes the strike, full count. Gomes waiting on deck as the pitch fouled back by Reynolds. Will pop it up, see if it gets to the seats. It will, as Middlebrooks gives it a look, but it's well back into the crowd.
Now 3-2 count. Dempster staying with the slider that time against Reynolds.
DHing for the 13th time this season, waiting on a 3-2 pitch. And that's bounced in for ball 4. So a bunt, single, and a walk, and the first two have reached here for the Indians in the second inning. Well, as we mentioned, in between innings, Terry Francona got a tribute from the Red Sox. So many memories flashing before his eyes, looking at the screen there. And a lot of emotion running through him, no doubt.
He never came out of the dugout, stayed in the dugout and just tapped his chest to the fans as he was shown up on the video board.
Count here to Yan Gomes. And it's fouled off to the right, out of play.
Yan Gomes right now on a 6-game hitting streak.
Pretty good numbers. .316 average coming in, 5 homers and 10 runs batted in. Opened the year in Columbus after being optioned Out of spring training on the 25th of March. This is his second stint on the Major League roster already this season. As that pitch up and away, ball one. Scored a run in 5 of the last 6 games. Swinging a foul back, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Gomes strikes out. Dempster needed that. First out of the inning. Second strikeout for Dempster. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, the Red Sox have been successful both at the plate and on the field so far this season. Currently 5th in the American League and hitting, and 4th in overall team ERA, which brings us to our AT&T Twitter question of the night, and it is, which do you feel is a more exciting game to watch? A great defensive matchup or a slugfest, and why? Send us your tweets at the hashtag hits or defense, and we'll reveal the best ones later in the game.
Hashtag hits or defense, our question tonight. One out runners at first and second, and Mike Aviles standing in. Aviles at third base tonight for the Tribe. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Acquired from the Blue Jays. Of course, had been acquired by the Blue Jays for John Farrell. In the offseason, Farrell traded for a player. And Mike Aviles going to Toronto on paper and then to Cleveland. It's a .286. Hold up. Did he go around? They'll check. No, he did not, says Tom Hallion.
And the first 2 pitches to Aviles, you can see clearly Dempster trying to get him to chase those sliders away.
For ball 2, 2-1. One of the problems for Dempster last time out, he had to throw 127 pitches. Jerry mentioned he did not have a side session in between, so maybe a little refreshed tonight, but a lot of pitches.
Yeah, just threw long tosses. All he did between starts. No normal bullpen session, as the pitchers will normally do between starts. And took advantage of an early flight home yesterday, getting out of Chicago before the Red Sox got home in the wee hours of the morning.
What time did you pull into the Remy estate?
I don't know what time it was. I think I got to bed about 4:30.
Ah, you're about an hour ahead of me then.
Yeah, well, you got
5:30.
A little bit longer drive.
2-2 is in the air to right field, and Nava's camped underneath. He will make the catch, and no advance for the base runners. Santana gets back to the bag at second. There are now 2 outs in the inning. So 2 outs, and Drew Stubbs coming up here for the Indians. Stubbs, a right fielder who checks in, hitting at .243, 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Acquired from the Cincinnati Reds in a 3-team trade with Arizona on December the 11th. Hitting .246 so far in the month of May. And he takes strike one right at the top of the strike zone. Little bloop that is down the first base line. Napoli and Pedroia running. It will fall fair. Around from second comes Santana. He'll score. Reynolds will stop at third. It's just a bloop RBI double with 2 outs for Drew Stubbs. Joy couldn't get it, and it lands in fair ground, and the Tribe scores first.
And that's not a bad pitch at all by Dempster. That kind of happened to him in his last start, his last batter. Remember that? A breaking ball that was away. I think it was Jamie Carroll that hit one down that right field line, and the same thing happens here as Pedroia goes into the dive. He can't quite come up with it, and the Indians take the 1-0 lead.
So Stubbs getting credit for the double, second and third with 2 down. And here's Michael Bourne, who takes ball 1. Bourne struck out looking in the first inning. 1 of 2 strikeouts already tonight for Ryan Dempster. Almost got out of this inning unscathed after a bunt single and a walk to begin the inning. A little bloop down the right field line, scores a run. That's on the corner this time, 1-1. And Brad Mills, the third base coach here for Terry Francona with the Indians, coming back here to Fenway Park, which had his tenure as the manager of the Houston Astros after leaving Boston. As Terry Francona's bench coach for such a long time, and of course close friend of Terry Francona's going back to their college days. As the pitch will miss inside. Side by side for a lot of years. Not surprised to see Brad Mills back on Terry Francona's staff. As the pitch is in there for strike 2, 2-2. Jerry, I know you agree. Brad Mills really didn't have a lot to work with while in Houston as a manager.
We always thought that he'd be a great manager when he given a chance, but he was given a chance by the wrong organization.
This one's on the ground, foul outside of first base, and it hangs at 2-2.
Sometimes that kills guys too. You know, they get that one opportunity to manage, and it's with a lousy team, and sometimes they never get that second chance.
And Terry Francona's a guy who did get that second chance after 4 years with the Philadelphia Phillies, who were not very good at the time he was there. And hopefully Brad Mills will have that chance again. 2-2 is lined down the right field line, foul. We welcome those of you who have clicked over from the Bruins-Rangers game. Our game between the Red Sox and Indians is 1-0 right now. The Indians on top. When the Bruins game is finished, you can find Bruins post-game coverage on NESN Plus. The Indians fan with a foul ball. Count of 2-2 here to Michael Bourne, turning in a pretty good at bat. This will be pitch number 7 of the at bat. On the ground down the first baseline, Napoli's got it. They'll tag the bag to end the inning. But the Indians strike first. They grab a run and take a 1-0 lead.
What happened to tequila? These days, it's all velvet ropes and posturing. I don't know about you, but when I drink it, I really like to kick back and be myself. Oops. 1800 tequila. Change the game.
Before the Garden had a TD, before Fenway put seats on the Green Monster, before the House of Blues moved to Lansdowne Street, Ace Ticket was serving the Boston area. For 33 years, from sports to concerts to theater, we've been finding you the seat we'd save for ourselves. Ace Ticket. Sit your ace down.
Let Infinity liberate you from winter
Infinity Limited Engagement Spring Event. Visit your retailer now for exceptional offers on our entire line of luxury vehicles, including an all-wheel drive Infiniti JX for $469 a month. Infiniti, inspired performance.
What's something that's slow that you wish was fast?
Turtle.
Really? A turtle?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I'd rather be a slow turtle.
Well,
I know why. Because when you're slower, you won't have to get in the street as fast and get ran over.
But if you're a slow turtle and you're in the middle of the street, what happens? Austin? Exactly.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest 4G LTE network.
I'll have a Green Mountain French vanilla.
How about a Southern Pecan?
I prefer...
What about Donut House?
Breakfast blend?
Vanilla cream?
Cinnamon roll? Hazelnut? Colombian?
Nantucket blend? Coconut fudge?
Matcha?
I'd really prefer a cup of...
French vanilla, monsieur.
For all your flavors, merci, WB.
Who but WB Mason?
1-0. The Cleveland Indians on top of the Red Sox. They grab a run in the top half of the inning. Red Sox trying to answer here in the bottom of the inning. As back on the mound is Zach McAllister here for the second. Mike Napoli leads it off and takes ball one high. Napoli hitting at .243, 7 homers and 35 runs batted in. That's in there for strike. 1-1. And Mike Napoli on the trip, 6 for 26. He's 3 for 9 in the series against the White Sox, and has a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight's game. And through the left side into left field, a base hit for Mike Napoli, and the second hit of the night for Boston. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, never forgets that before you're a patient, you're a person. Beth Israel Deaconess, human first. Learn more at bidmc.org/humanfirst. Now a 6-game hitting streak for Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli got a cut fastball that time and hooked it by the third baseman Mike Aviles to extend that hitting streak to 6 games.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox for the first time tonight. Here is Jared Saltalamacchia. And he'll take ball 1. And Salty has started to heat it up at the plate on the road trip. As he comes in here hitting .265 with 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Sits safely in 4 of his last 5 games and hitting at .375. Now caught 7 of the last 10 games, and he's got that area which he fouled off the pitch last night now covered up. He was hobbling around pretty good even after the game last night.
Yes, he was. Walking from the plane to the bus, he was limping pretty good. And in fact, a little surprised to see him in the lineup today.
Yeah. Now look at the numbers for him in the last 13 games as he has turned it on. Kind of coincided with David Ross and his concussion, going on the 7-day DL. Again, rehabbing today, expected back over the weekend with the Red Sox. There's the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Ryan Lavarnway did make 2 starts on the road trip for the Red Sox. And Shane Victorino continuing to make progress. 3-1 to Salty, is fouled straight back. Sounds like they don't want to put Victorino on the DL, and they think he's going to be back sooner than a DL type situation.
Yeah, it's been twice this year that's happened to him. Once with the back, this time with the leg problem, and they're just waiting to see how far he can progress in the next couple of days before they have to make that decision. They can always backtrack it to the day that he came out of the game because of injury.
Fouled off to the left, and we'll do it again. 3-2. this time, and if nothing else, Saltalamacchia driving up the pitch count here for Zach McAllister.
So far, we've seen a lot of fastballs from McAllister. It was a cut fastball that Napoli had for the base hit to lead off the second.
The 8th pitch of the at-bat is coming up here for Saltalamacchia with Napoli at first base. Ball 4, and down to first goes Salty. So the first walk given up by McAllister. And the first 2 have reached here for the Red Sox in the bottom of the second inning. I want to remind you to vote for the Amica Pitcher of the Week at NESN.com/Amica and enter to win a $100 gift card from NESN to the Yockey Team Store. Now Ryan Dempster put on 2 to begin things in the second inning, and Indians ended up getting a run in that inning. We'll see what happens to the Red Sox here in the bottom half of the second inning. 2 on, nobody out. Will Middlebrooks coming up. Middlebrooks at 203 with 8 home runs and 21 runs batted in. He was 1 for 12 in the series against the White Sox as he takes strike 1. 0 for his last 9. Good time for a photo op. '30th pitch for McAllister. And that's in there for strike 2. Fights it off, foul to the right, out of play. Tonight, the Orioles and Blue Jays are meeting tonight in Toronto. Baltimore with a 2-0 advantage in the 3rd inning.
Very little action in baseball today. A lot of teams off on this Thursday.
Now 3 games in the American League, 1 in the National. As the pitch will miss. Yankees are off tonight.
And it's raining in Detroit. All that bad weather in the Midwest and moving.
2 balls, 2 strikes now to Middlebrooks.
Just last night, Detroit was involved with a couple of rain delays with these Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, the Indians losing that game and have lost the last 2 coming in, and they lead atop the American League Central just half a game. And as Middlebrooks fouls it off to the right, out of play. Cleveland on the road this year over 500 at 11-9. At home they are 15-10, and so far against American League East teams they've had a tough time. They're 4-9 against the AL East. But against the American League West, they are 10-1. Leading up against the West so far this season.
That's a lot of games against the West early.
2-2 pitch. On the outside corner for strike 3. Middlebrooks strikes out. Second strikeout for McAllister.
Now Middlebrooks not happy about that call at all. He thought that ball was away from him outside the strike zone. The Pit Zone on NESN is brought to you by Amica. Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
So 2 on, 1 away, and Stephen Drew coming up. Drew at 219, 3 homers and 18 runs batted in. Drew was 0 for 9 in the series against the White Sox. So far in May, hitting at 274 as he bats with Napoli at second, Saltalamacchia at first, and 1 out. Runners in scoring position at 258, but even better lately, Stephen Drew. It's a fly ball out towards right center field. Bourne and Stubbs come together. It's going to be Bourne back onto the warning track to make the catch. And tagging at second base and moving to third is Napoli. Stephen Drew gives it a pretty good ride out there to right center field, but he is out number 2 of the inning. I'm talking about communication out there in right center.
That's always the center fielder who is the take charge guy. He has priority over both the right fielder and the left fielder, so if he calls, Drew Stubbs has to peel off and let the center fielder Bourne make the play.
So first and third, 2 down. Mike Carp, the batter. Red Sox trailing by a run as Carp gets the start tonight in the outfield. Pitch high, and jumping up was Gomes, like he was going to throw it somewhere. Does not. So he took a look around.
Yeah, he looked at 2 spots, didn't he? Third, then first.
I want to throw somewhere.
That's because the runner at first base, Saltalamacchia, had about 3 or 4 steps heading towards second.
Carp will ground it sharply to short, but it's picked by Cabrera. Looked at second, but he'll go to first for the play that ends the inning. Red Sox strand a pair. Through 2, it's 1-0 Cleveland.
We're born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see. New adventures. That's how we fly. Beginning June 2nd, Southwest Airlines is offering new nonstop service from Logan to Houston Hobby, starting at $125 one way. Book now online, only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
To build a groundbreaking new car like Dodge Dart, we knew we had to give it an extraordinary engine. We made sure there was something for the green crowd, the critics, and the tech fanatics. But we completely ignored the finance guys. Now, well-qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on the 2013 Dodge Dart SXT for $149 a month.
So, if you have a flat tyre, dead battery, need a tow, or lock your keys in the car, Geico's Emergency Roadside Assistance is there 24/7. Oh dear, I got a flat tyre. Yeah, can you find a take where it's a bit more dramatic on that last line, yeah? Yeah, I got it right here. Someone help me! I have a flat tyre! Oh, it's good for me. What do you think?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
A quest for history.
Boston Bruins finished the season on top.
A quest for tradition.
And here we go again.
A quest for honor.
You can tear down the building, but not the memories.
A quest for glory. A quest for greatness.
New England has Stanley Cup fever.
The 2013 Quest for the Cup is on Nessun.
Covidien, delivering innovative healthcare products across the globe, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. We head into the 3rd inning back at Fenway Park, as it'll be 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for the Indians. Jason Kipnis leads it off. He singled in the 1st inning, 1 of 3 hits so far tonight for the Indians. As Kipnis takes strike 1 over the inside corner. Dempster missing down and in. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Gave up a bunt single to Carlos Santana to begin the second inning. Santana would score on the bloop double down the right field line by Drew Stubbs, and it's the difference in the game. This one fouled off to the left, out of play. Next pitch for Dempster will already be his 50th of the game as he faces his first batter of the 3rd inning. It's jammed and kind of flips it foul in behind the Indians dugout. Asdrubal Cabrera waiting on deck, and then Michael Brantley featured here in the inning. Kipnis now in his 3rd year with the Cleveland Indians. 26-year-old. It's a 2nd-round pick by the Indians. It's outside for ball 3, full count. A lot of deep counts already for Ryan Dempster in this game. And a swing and a miss, able to battle back and strike out Kipnis. 3rd K for Ryan Dempster. It's time now for a fan story from Fenway Park. Here's Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, in the month of May, the Red Sox are celebrating women in baseball, and Sienna here actually went on to the Instagram page using the hashtag Red Sox Women, and you posted a picture of you and your mother and actually got tickets to the game. Why did you choose that picture?
Well, I posted it on Mother's Day, and it was the first picture that we had taken since I've been away at school together, because I came to a Red Sox game to meet her. And just, I love her so much, so I just wanted to share it with her with the hopes that I would win the tickets.
Well, you certainly did here. And what does it mean to you to be able to come here to Fenway Park and share this moment with your mom?
Well, it's a bonding experience for us because the atmosphere is just so great. I love spending time with her, and this brings us closer together. So.
And we just talked about your little daughter here is going to be a sophomore at Endicott. What does it mean to you to be able to come here at Fenway and spend some time with your daughter?
It's wonderful. And she came down for that picture in particular. She came to meet us, her dad and I, and we just had a great time, and she went back off to school, and it was wonderful.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Jerry Remy actually bought you guys some hot dogs for being the fan of the game. So fans, if you have a story of why you're coming to Fenway Park, go to NESN.com/stories. Tell us why, and I may interview you in a future home game.
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. Hope they enjoy their game tonight and their hot dogs. We're now 1 on, as you just saw Asdrubal Cabrera with a base hit into center field, the 4th hit of the night for the Indians. 1 out, 1 on now for Michael Brantley.
As so far, base runners in every inning for the Indians in this ball game. A base hit back in the 1st, a couple of hits in the 2nd, and now Cabrera with a hit with 1 out in the 3rd.
First, and back to the bag is Cabrera. Two tries, been caught once so far in the season for the Indians left fielder. That is high and inside to Brantley.
It's unusual to see a cleanup hitter at the plate, and at third base, the Middlebrooks playing in tight, but Brantley has that kind of speed and bunting ability down that third base line.
Brantley last year playing in 149 games for the Indians, hit .288. 3rd straight year that he's been in the majors. And the strike call, high strike call, that evens a count of 1-1. Brantley didn't like it. Nick Swisher, who's on paternity leave, is expected to be back on Friday, their normal cleanup hitter, and then he'll change the lineup once again. Should be back in this series. One pitch. He is in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Up high, ball 3, 3-1. And Nathan Horton on a power play goal has put Boston on top 1-0. Runner goes on the 3-1, but it's ball 4 to Brantley, and the second walk served up by Dempster. Gulf Oil is proud to be the official electricity provider of the Boston Red Sox.
Well, last outing for Dempster, he had 6 walks in that game against Minnesota. As Don just mentioned, picked up his second of this ball game.
1 out, 2 on, and Carlos Santana coming up. He had a bunt single in the second inning and scored the game's only run. They're coming up with 2 on and 1 out here in the top half of the third inning. Dempster coming in with an individual record of 2-4, 4.27 earned run average. 10th start of the year. Four career starts against the Indians. Some terrific numbers as this one is up and in and has Santana darting back out of the way. 3-0 with a 1.42 earned run average against Cleveland.
Trying to come inside with that fastball, but wanted to get it about hands high. Instead, get it up around the shoulders.
For strike 2-1 now to Carlos Santana. Dempster struck out Kipnis to begin the inning. Single by Asdrubal Cabrera. Walk by Michael Brantley. 2 on, 1 out. Phil Cuzzi. Not liking that with Santana, who spins right out of the box and takes a little stroll.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it. That was called a strike on a swing, probably wishing that Cuzzi would have asked the third base umpire. There's the slider by Dempster and the strike swing call made by Cuzzi, the home plate umpire.
Full count now. Reynolds waiting on deck here with 1 out, runners at first and second. Runners go, and this is laced foul.
Kid's got a left hand full of cash and a baseball in the right hand.
Pitch outside, ball 4, and it's back-to-back walks on by Dempster, and the base is now loaded. Walks were a problem in the last outing for Dempster. Now running into some trouble here with 2 in the inning. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years with new low yearly prices. Watch out-of-market games live on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. One out in the third inning. Bases filled here with Indians, and Mark Reynolds is the batter. Reynolds walked in the second inning. As he takes strike one. And the Indians have certainly had their chances in this game. Left a runner on in the first, left 2 on in the second in scoring position. 3 overall in the game. Now they get the bases loaded, 1 out. And this is headed towards the gap in left center field, and it will get down. From third base, Cabrera scores. Brantley is behind him. Throw to the plate will not be in time. 2 runs in for the Indians as they take a 3-0 lead. A 2-run single for Mark Reynolds.
Now Reynolds picks up his 38th and 39th RBI on this base hit. It's a fastball from Dempster that's going to find its way in front of Jacoby Ellsbury. 2 runs will come around the score. And the walks really got Dempster in trouble in this inning. A base hit by Cabrera, then back-to-back walks to Brantley and Santana.
So 2 on and still 1 out. That pitch count rising for Dempster. Gomes coming up here. He struck out swinging in the second inning. 1 of 3 strikeouts so far tonight for Dempster. In there for strike 1. That is pitch number 71 of the night for Dempster. Outside, 1-1. Advance for the base runners. And the Bruins take a 2-0 advantage now. They can wrap things up tonight in that series. This one fouled off to the right, out of play. 1-2.
I mean, let's get that series over as quickly as possible and get some rest and fresh legs.
Crowd reacting to the change of score here. High for ball 2, 2-2. Thrown by Saltalamacchia, but it is high again. Full count. Already walked 2 in the inning, and now a full count with runners at first and second, 1 out. Gomes now, Aviles waiting on deck. And may have helped him out there. This one fouled off to the right, and a full count. Red Sox do have action to the pen. Clayton Mortensen warming up for Boston. As Dempster running into trouble here in the third inning. This one fouled off to the right. 2-1 as the Rangers score. Bruins on top. 58 seconds after the Bruins' second tally. Three-two pitch to Gomes. Is off the end of the bat, foul again, and another lengthy at bat. Next pitch will be the 9th.
And these bats at bats by the Indians just building up that pitch count for Dempster again early in this ball game.
For ball 4 in the third walk of the inning given up by Dempster, the 4th of his outing. And the base is now loaded for the Indians. I'm going to bring up Mike Aviles. Aviles flying to right field in the second inning. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Certainly featured a lot of sliders so far to Aviles. Starts him off with one. 35 pitches here in the third inning.
On the ground left side, Stephen Drew will go to second for one. They go to first. It's going to be late and a run scores. And from third base is Carlos Santana, and the Indians take a 4-0 lead.
Now the ball just not hit hard enough to get a double play for the Red Sox. Drew and Pedroia doing all they can to try to turn this ball over. It's toward the end of the bat. You can see by Aviles, Drew has to charge it, makes a good throw to Pedroia. A good return by Pedroia, but not in time to get Aviles hustling down the line.
So first and third, 2 down, and Drew Stubbs the batter. Stubbs a right fielder who doubled to drive in the game's first run in the second inning. That's a strike over the outside corner. Walks have been a problem for Dempster. He has walked 4 in this game, and 2 have turned into runs so far. In there for strike 2. Pitches in the inning here, and the next pitch from Dempster. Swing and a miss, and Stubbs strikes out to end the inning. The Indians add 3 and take a 4-0 lead after 2.5.
Up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash, choosing an innovative new Nissan is easier than ever. In fact, during our first sign and drive event, all you need to lease is one of these. Get up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers.
I need a pen. Boom. Whoa. Yep. Thanks.
Shop at ChooseNissan.com.
Refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the night's most refreshing beer. I'm the next American success story, working for a company where over 75% of store management started as hourly associates. There's opportunity here. I can use Walmart's education benefits to get a degree. Maybe work in IT. Or be an engineer, helping Walmart conserve energy. Even today, when our store does well, I earn quarterly bonuses. When people look at me, I hope they see someone working their way up.
Opportunity. That's the real Walmart.
Where do you find one of the top-ranked pediatric hospitals in the entire world? Right here in your backyard.
Until every child is well.
Well, tonight's Fisted But True Fact looks at zeros on the scoreboard. You know there have been 102 shutouts this season, 10 of them ending with a 1-0 score. The Red Sox have been a part of 6 shutouts this season, winning 3 and losing 3, but none have ended 1-0. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. Nothing. Indians on top of the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. They get a run in the 2nd and 3 in the 3rd. And a bunt bid down the 3rd baseline. This will roll fair. Right up over the bag. So Jacoby Ellsbury tried to bunt on the first pitch he saw back in the 1st inning. Gets it done here in the 3rd.
Now I'm trying to think back, Don, if he's had another bunt base hit this season. This is twice in this game he has tried. In his first at bat he tried. Second at bat, perfect. All the way down on the dirt part of the infield, right over that 3rd base bag. Red Sox looking for something to get them started in this game.
Here's Daniel Nava, who doubled in the 1st inning. Working with a 4-0 lead, gives up a bunt single to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is ball 3-0. McAllister had to sit a while his team was putting together the runs, but comes out here and falls now behind 3-0 to Daniel Nava. In there for strike 3-1. Foul off to the left out of play. And NESN brings you unmatched Bruins pre- and post-game coverage on NESN Plus for all remaining 2013 playoff games. Pre-game starts an hour before each game. While post-game begins as soon as the final buzzer sounds. Follow Bruins during the entire Stanley Cup playoffs on NESN Plus. Bruins with the 2-1 lead in the 2nd period. Goes. That's ball 4 though, and Nava down to first base. Second walk given up by McAllister. All of a sudden he's a little on the wild side here in the 3rd inning. pitching coaches coming up here. Mickey Callaway headed out to talk to McAllister. As Terry Francona saw this kind of going down, so he sends him out. Scoop, scoop, scoop for the home team with your delicious Hood Red Sox ice cream. Catch your favorites in the freezer aisle today. Always good, always Hood.
Scoop, scoop, scoop. Like to see a bing bang boom right now and get the Red Sox back in this game.
2-on, nobody out. Dustin Pedroia coming up. Pedroia popped out to the second baseman Jason Kipnis in the first inning. Ellsbury at second base, Nav at first, nobody out here in the third inning. Single. Nava walked. Red Sox trying to chip away here, down 4-0. And Pedroia pulled on the pitches. The count evens at 1-1. Inside for ball 2, 2-1.
Now, so far in this bat to Pedroia, it's been nothing but breaking balls for McAllister.
His third year in the big leagues. McAllister last year 6-8 in 22 starts with the Indians. This is lined into center field for a base hit. Ellsbury being waved around. Throw from center field, and Michael Bourne is going to be close, and out at the plate is Ellsbury. So Bourne comes up throwing, and he throws out Ellsbury at the plate for the first out of the inning.
Now, surprised to see him send Ellsbury, especially with nobody out in the inning. There's the line shot, a late break by Ellsbury, and Bourne has that ball before Jacoby's even at third base. The catcher, Yan Gomes, had to come out in front of the plate, then back to get the tag on Ellsbury for the first out of the inning. It's a nice play there by Gomes, the catcher.
So the outfield assist from Michael Bourne keeps the Indians on top. Gold Glove Award winner on 2 occasions, both times with the Astros.
And that's his second assist of the season.
A 2-on-1 away. David Ortiz, the batter, and he hits one high and deep to right field. Drew Stubbs going back, and watch this one leave Fenway. 3-run home run for Big Papi. The Red Sox right back in, and it's now 4-3.
Ortiz lifting and lifting deep into the bleachers over that bullpen. That's 2 hard hit balls in a row. The one by Pedroia, and then Ortiz absolutely crushes that one.
Well, the Red Sox have now hit 51 home runs this season, and with it, Hess and Hess Express donated another $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Boston's Children's Hospital. That brings the season total of $25,500. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause.
I told you, Dom, we needed the bing bang and the boom.
You got the, I don't know about the bing and the bam, but you got the boom.
You got the boom, that's for sure.
1-1 to Napoli. He is going to be on the outside corner. Swing and a miss, and Napoli down on strikes. McAllister battles back. Third strikeout for him on the night.
That might have been the hardest fastball he's featured so far in this game tonight. 94 miles an hour away from Napoli to pick up the strikeout.
So 2 down, and Jared Saltalamacchia of the Battery walked in the second inning. Saltalamacchia off balance, down 1-2. This time McAllister gave up 3 earned runs in an outing. Got to go back to April 24th at Chicago. The shift is on, and the catch is made as Drupal Cabrera makes the catch. It ends the inning, but Big Papi, David Ortiz, has given the Red Sox 3 quick ones. They trail by a run.
Monster waves, too fast, too scary, until an ingenious idea changed everything. Tow-in surfing, courageous thinking. It's how we engineered the Mazda 3. Skyactiv technology gives it 40 highway MPG. This is the Mazda way, and this is the Mazda 3. What do you drive? Now lease the 2013 Mazda 3 iSport for $159 a month for 36 months.
From the ice to the locker room and everywhere in between, NESN has the Bruins' quest for the Cup covered. Pre- and post-game coverage for every Bruins game. News on the beat and around the league every night on NESN Daily. Plus, live game blogs and news on the go on NESN.com. There's only one cup and one home of the Boston Bruins. NESN. The 2013 Bruins Quest for the Cup. Coverage all playoffs long on NESN. Presented by Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Red Sox fans, get ready with NESN's Ultimate Red Sox Show. Join Jenny Dell each week as she counts down the 9 must-see stories from Red Sox Nation. The Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by AAA. Sundays at noon on NESN.
I spend a lot of time in my car. I rely on AAA to finance it, to insure it, fix it, even a battery when and wherever I need it.
Call 1-800-JOIN-AAA or join at AAA.com. Membership for life.
What's it all about? It's about the old greats, the next great, now great. About instinct plus timing minus wind multiplied by speed. It's all about patience and hustle, mixed in with a little strategy and mind reading. About preparation combined with action converted into success. About winning the one-on-one and winning one for the team. It's all about the game, and the games are on NESN.
NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You put your family first, job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first, Eastern Bank. 4-3, the Cleveland Indians have lead over the Red Sox. Red Sox trailed 4-0, but now by just a run. It's called to the bullpen. It is brought to you on NESN by New England Ford dealers. And the new pitcher for the Red Sox is Clayton Mortensen, who comes in for Ryan Dempster. Mortensen's 18th appearance of the year, 1-2 with a 3.68 earned run average, 22 innings, 17 strikeouts, 11 walks, and opponents hitting at .213. So Dempster leaving on the hook in this game, as in the first 3 innings he allows 4 runs on 5 hits. Ended up walking 4 in his outing and striking out 4 through 85 pitches in just 3 innings. Michael Bourn to lead it off here for the Indians. Bourne's third at bat, and he takes strike 1. Struck out in the first inning, grounded out to first base in the second inning. In there for strike 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Bourn. He'll be followed by Kipnis and Cabrera in the inning. Red Sox getting into this bullpen very early tonight here in the 4th inning.
Well, you'd have to think that last start for Dempster had some effect on him in this ball game tonight. You say 127 pitches last time out.
And tonight, 85 through 3 as this one is grounded foul. I guess the walks were the biggest surprising thing for him with the last outing and then again tonight. Two balls, 2 strikes. We welcome those of you who have clicked over from the Bruins-Rangers game here at Fenway. The Red Sox trailing by a run now, 4-3 to the Indians. The Bruins game is finished. You can find Bruins postgame coverage on NESN Plus. Go to NESN.com to find your NESN Plus channel. 2-2 pitch. And Bourn takes it the other way to left. Karp going back, and this will be over his head and off the wall. As Karp fires towards second base, Bourn will get in head first and safely with a double to begin things here in the 4th inning.
Well, you talked about the speed of Michael Bourn, and that was certainly on display there because that ball was hit hard off the wall and well played by Mike Karp. That pitch, a fastball away that he just takes to the opposite field, and well played off the wall by Karp with the bare hand. Good throw to second base, but Bourne's still going to beat it. And for a slide into second for the leadoff double.
So Bourn in scoring position to begin things here in the 4th, and here is Jason Kipnis. He singled in the first inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd. Popped up right side, sending Pedroia to the outfield grass. And Dustin will put it away for out number 1. Let's send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, this weekend will be the 8th annual Socks for Socks drive, and people are going to be at the gates collecting pairs of new white athletic socks for the Boston Healthcare for the Homeless program. Over the last 7 years, they've collected over 90,000 pairs of socks for the homeless. So fans coming to the games, please bring a pair.
All right, Jenny, it's always been a great thing here at Fenway Park, and the fans very generous in doing so over the years.
And we'd like to thank the fans that send them to us up here in the booth. We make sure they get to the right place.
We got a couple today in the mail. Fans anticipating the Socks for Socks weekend. There's Jubal Cabrera batting. 1 out, a runner at second base. And a pitch up high for ball 1. for a strike, and it's 1-1. Off the backside as Mortensen took a look at second base, but Bourne back to the bag.
7 steals on the season for Bourne. He's been caught 1 time.
This one foul back off to the left. Center field for a base hit. From second base comes Bourne. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single for Asdrubal Cabrera as the Indians score their 5th run of the game. On top now 5-3.
That's good hitting right there by Cabrera. He took a pitch that was down in the strike zone and away from him and shoots it on a line into left center field. Right down there with it, and no problem for Bourne coming around third base to score. So the Red Sox come back with 3, and right back quickly come the Indians with 1 of their own.
One out, one on. Michael Brantley, the batter. Flied out to left field in the first. He walked and scored in the third. First, and back to the bag is Cabrera. Stolen base high for Cabrera is 23. Stole 17 bases in back-to-back seasons for the Indians. Gains his lead at first and is held on by Napoli. Takes off as a fly ball down the left field line has carpeted over towards the seats, but he won't have a play. The motion that time was Asdrubal Cabrera.
Yeah, right now the Indians trying to keep the pressure on the Red Sox by starting the runner at first base.
Again, and Brantley fouls this one off. Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Grinds Coffee Pouches, the healthy alternative to tobacco for professional baseball. For more information to get the product the Red Sox players use, visit getgrinds.com today. To the first, and back to the bag is Cabrera. Fly ball to center field. Ellsbury is underneath it as he comes in a few steps and makes the catch for the second out here in the top of the fourth. And Back goes Cabrera to first. So 2 down, and Carlos Santana is coming up. He has been on twice. One single in the second, a walk in the third, and he has scored both times. Red Sox go into a shift as Middlebrooks moves from third base to the right side of the infield, and into short right goes Pedroia. Napoli holding on. Cabrera at first base. And Santana trying to bunt again here. The shift on. This time fouling it off. And the bunt single down the third base line in the second inning.
Now, for me, I mean, I think I'd rather see him swing away. The guy's got home run power. He's got 8 in the season. 2 outs in the inning. Instead, he tries to bunt down that third base line where there's a lot of green down there because of the shift. Now Drew comes in a little bit.
Swinging a foul tip. 0-2. For ball 1, 1-2. Coming into the game here in the 4th inning after 3 innings tonight from Dempster, who's currently on the hook. Dempster went 3, giving him 5 hits, 4 runs. He walked 4, struck out 4, and 85 pitches through the first 3 tonight. Munson has given up a run so far here in the 4th inning, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Carlos Santana. In the dirt for ball 3, full count. Is Mark Reynolds. Ball 4 down and into Santana, and a 2-out walk for Carlos Santana. That is the 5th walk given up by Red Sox pitching tonight, and we're just in the 4th inning. Are you a leader of a group of 20 or more? If so, a Red Sox game at Fenway Park is the perfect place for your next outing. Call 617-226-6835 to talk to the group ticket representative to plan the perfect trip to Fenway Park. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Runners at first and second out for the Indians. And a run in already in here for Cleveland, as Mark Reynolds is coming up. Reynolds with a walk, a single, and 2 RBIs in the game. Shortstop Drew will go to second base for the force out that ends the inning. A run for the Indians, who now lead at 5-3.
For many years, you've put work first. You've put your customers first, your employees first, even the company's softball team first. That's why it feels so encouraging when someone puts you first. No one comes through for local businesses better than Eastern Bank. We know what it takes to help your business succeed, from fast answers and solid advice to easy access to working capital. After all, we can only build our business by building yours. That's why here, you're first.
Welcome to Toyota. I'm Jan. How can I help?
Wow, you have a lot to choose from.
We do have a big selection during the Toyota Time Sales event.
Well, we Hansons make all our decisions as a family, and we've decided that we are...
Camry, Tundra, Red Corolla, the Prius.
Just announced, get the lowest lease payment ever on an all-new, all-wheel drive 2013 RAV4, now $199 a month. Or lease a Highlander for $259 a month.
Want to try again?
The Camry.
Oh, boy.
Toyota, let's go places.
I paid my competition over $2,300 for this bedroom.
It's very nice, and at that price, it better be.
Mine is better than nice and only $11.99.
Theirs has a dresser, mirror, and sleigh bed with storage.
Big deal. So does mine.
Theirs has a 5-drawer chest.
Big deal. So does mine.
Theirs even has a 1-drawer nightstand.
Big deal. Mine has 2 drawers, and it's $1,146 less than theirs.
A Bobified value.
They say you can't buy happiness. I got it for a bargain. Since we left Fios and switched to Xfinity, we get more for our money with the fastest in-home Wi-Fi. That's a big deal, especially for the one paying the bills. Now everyone can do what they want, all at the same time.
And way fast.
One big happy family.
More doesn't have to cost more. Switch to the Xfinity Triple Play from Comcast for $89.99 a month for 12 months with no term contract. Plus, ask how you can get our fastest wireless gateway. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. Running your own business takes a team effort, and as the #1 SBA lender in New England 3 years in a row, Eastern Bank is a key part of your lineup. See how Eastern Bank puts you first. Now back at Fenway Park as the Cleveland Indians at one point in this game had a 4-0 lead. Red Sox made it 4-3 on the 3-run home run by Big Papi, but the Indians add another run in the top of the 4th, and it is now 5-3 Cleveland. Zach McAllister back on the hill here for Cleveland, and it's the bottom third of the Red Sox order in the inning. Will Middlebrooks, Stephen Drew, and Mike Karp expected to bat in the inning. Middlebrooks fouls it off down the right field line, out of play.
I tell you what, there's been a couple of plays in the stands tonight with beers flying all over the place, and they're still getting souvenirs.
Middlebrooks grounded softly down the third baseline, foul. Picking up here at Fenway Park as the pitch in the dirt, and the count is now 1-2. We'll help NESN by taking a quick 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience at the ballpark in July. Visit NESN.com/survey during tonight's game for your chance to win. Brooks getting a piece, staying alive, down 1-2.
I'd like to take that survey and win and get a chance to meet you.
Dude, what a thrill that would be, wouldn't it be?
Yes, it would. Get a picture.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. Middlebrooks fouls it off.
Oh, what's this here? What's going on here?
Tied it up. Stefan has scored for the Rangers to tie it up. 2-2. Pitch 7 of the at bat, and Middlebrooks to strike out again. 4 strikeouts now for McAllister.
That's almost the identical pitch that he struck out on back in the second inning. A fastball. That's a questionable call on the outside part of the plate. Cuzzy making the call against Middlebrook both occasions. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
One out in the 4th inning. Stephen Drew. It's his second at bat. He flied to center in the second inning. For strike 1-1 now to Drew. McAllister's yet to have a 1-2-3 inning in this game. In fact, no pitcher in this game has had a 1-2-3 inning. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Asdrubal Cabrera. He'll throw out his counterpart at first base, and Stephen Drew 2 down. Let's send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, with former Red Sox manager Terry Francona in town with the Indians, John Farrell was asked his thoughts of managing in Boston. He said, there are unique things to this city, but those are the things you embrace. He said, I believe that the individual expectations here are higher than the external ones. We're just 40 games into this, 47 games into this. After 162, I may have a different answer, but Don, right now, he said it's a great place to be.
Well, it's been a great start so far for John Farrell. And I think he knew sort of what to expect. I think anytime you're on a coaching staff here, you watch, and at the time he watched Terry Francona, how he dealt with the media on a daily basis, knew what the expectations were going to be, and that is a lot, really, to be honest with you, of the day for a manager in Boston is dealing with the outside stuff. I remember when Terry was here, as over goes Aviles, he will not have a play. His favorite part of the day was the 15 minutes before the game would start, because he doesn't have to manage yet. He has dealt with everything he has to deal with the rest of the day. It was just his time to kind of hang out in the dugout.
Yeah.
And he loved in-game. But the rest of it, there's a lot of it. But John Farrell, I think, had the advantage of knowing what to expect coming back this time.
And John Farrell's a little different personality than Tito, too. I mean, he seems to embrace that part of it. You know, he enjoys it. He's very well-spoken. He does a good job with the media, and he knows that that's expected because he spent time here, and he saw what Francona had to go through. But I think he's more comfortable in that situation than Tito was.
I agree with you. 1-2 pitch is outside. Four in a row now retired by McAllister. Strikeout and a ground out here in the 4th inning. As Karp fouls it off to the left out of play. Center fielder Michael Bourne is step 2 towards left center. Another gap out there in right center for Karp. So Mike gets a start in left field tonight for the Red Sox. In the dirt for ball 3.
It's funny to talk about favorite parts of the day. When I was playing, and I remember going to New York and Yankee Stadium, and it was so peaceful there in the afternoon before the crowd came in, before everything started. We just kind of go sit in the stands, and you take in Yankee Stadium itself. You hear a few trains go by every once in a while.
Ground ball to second base. Kipnis on to first for the out that ends the inning. There's the first 1-2-3 inning of the game as we have played 4. It's 5-3 Indians.
10, 9, 8. The Ford Dealers Memorial Day sale is counting down. Now through June 3rd, lease the New England Edition Focus maintenance-free for just $99 a month. Just $99. Through June 3rd, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus up to $2,000 cash on select Ford cars, SUVs, and crossovers. 3, 2, 1, done. Hurry, the Ford Dealers Memorial Day sale ends June 3rd.
Velasquez is the UFC heavyweight champion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's out. Silva starting to tee off. Bigfoot finishes over Ray. Bigfoot Silva. This is the real Cain Velasquez. Man, that guy hits hard. What a performance
you have all the popular smartphones?
We do.
AT&T?
Yes.
T-Mobile?
Sure.
Sprint? Verizon?
Got it.
Do you make commission on this?
No.
Do you have all the plans?
We do.
Does this make my head look big?
No.
Can you activate all of these?
Yes, we can.
Can you transfer my contacts?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm pretty popular.
No problem.
You're good. What number am I thinking of?
9.
Yes.
Trade in your phone and get up to $200 back. Any carrier, any phone, any plan, all in one place. Only at Best Buy.
Klondike's 5 Seconds to Glory. Jim versus Baby Talk.
I'm your little hamster.
Climb in my pocket, little hamsty wamsty.
What
would you do for a Klondike bar?
2-on-1 away. David Ortiz, the batter, and he hits one high and deep to right field. Drew Stubbs going back and watch this one leave Fenway. The offense so far for the Red Sox. That's it in a nutshell. A 3-run home run for Big Papi and the Red Sox at the time. Back within a run, but now it is 5-3 with the Indians on top as they come to bat. And a pitch up high for ball 1. Pedro Ciriaco is taken over at third base. Not sure what's up with Will Middlebrooks as he leaves the game. Middlebrooks batting twice tonight, striking out twice in his 2 at-bats, but we will find out more as the 1-0 pitch is lifted down the first base line. Napa will go as far as he can, but back into the seats. You didn't see anything with Middlebrooks, did you?
Not on that last at-bat. Don't know if something might have happened in the field previous to that at-bat, but certainly out of the game right now. And Ciriaco in at third base, as you mentioned.
With a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. One struck out in the second inning, walked in the third. Bottom third of the Indians' order here in the top half of the 5th inning. Up into shallow left. Drew going out. Carp coming in, and look out. Carp will make the catch last second. Drew veered off. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is proud to give back at every Sox home game. Dunkin' hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Tonight we welcome the Community Service Agency of North Suffolk, Massachusetts to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts, committed to the community. One out here in the 5th inning. Mike Aviles is fly to right, reached on a fielder's choice and grabbed an RBI. This one's back off Mortensen. Mortensen will not pick it up. I think if he did, he might have had a chance. But as it turned out, Ciriaco ended up coming in 2, and it is a base hit for Mike Aviles.
Yeah, I don't know. By the time he picks it up and gets himself squared away to throw to first base, he may not have had Aviles, but the ball bouncing far enough away from Mortensen where it becomes a difficult play. Right off the foot, looks like he's going to pick it up. But I don't think he would have got him at first base. Almost turned an ankle as he's trying to get out of the way of Ciriaco.
One out, one on. And Drew Stubbs, the batter.
The Bruins might have just scored because the crowd just did something, so we'll see.
You can always tell that clapping out of nowhere thing is
exactly
is a fly ball to shallow right. Long run in for Nava, but he's there in plenty of time, and he makes the catch for the second out. Stubbs retired. Aviles back to the bag. Jerry, you were on it. Tyler Seguin has scored and put the Bruins on top 3-2.
It's funny, you get that from being a player. I remember being on the field and we were in tight races, you know, late in the year with the Yankees, and I mean, you could always tell if the Yankees were winning or losing just by the crowd at the ballpark when they put the score up on the scoreboard.
Minutes left in regulation. 2 outs. Aviles at first base. Michael Bourne, the batter. Second inning of relief for Clayton Mortensen. There's 2 outs with Aviles at first base and a 1-0 to Bourne. Runner goes at first. The pitch is high. The throw is going to be off the glove. Knocked down that time by Drew. And stealing second base is Aviles.
Now the throw was certainly there in time by Saltalamacchia, who's been throwing the ball very well lately. It's almost like a pitch out right there, but Drew never has control of the baseball. The ball was kind of tailing into the runner. I don't know if he took his eye off it to look at the runner, but never really had control of the ball. And you can see it bouncing around, and Aviles in a scoring position.
Now 2-0s on the ground and threw into right field, a base hit. Stolen base is a big deal now as Aviles comes around and scores. So a 2-out RBI single for Michael Bourne, and the Cleveland Indians take a 6-3 lead.
Now we mentioned the Indians being very aggressive. Number of times they've had runners off, and it pays off this time with a stolen base followed by the base hit. The throw home by Naba, no chance to get Aviles. And the Indians put another one on the board. There's only 1 inning they haven't scored in today, and that was the first inning.
Now Jason Kipnis 1 for 3. Single, a strikeout, and a pop out so far tonight. And a ground ball foul towards the end of the Red Sox dugout. Outside 1-1. Brian Boyle has scored to tie the game 3-3. Former Boston College Eagle. So back and forth they go in New York. In there for strike 2, 1-2. I can only imagine the amount of cheering from the stands in 1978 headed down the stretch run.
Now that last week of the season was unbelievable because we trailed the Yankees by 1 game. We won every game they had to lose one, and they finally lost one on that Sunday. Rick Waits beat the Yankees at Yankee Stadium on that Sunday to draw the playoff game.
Runner goes at first, fly ball. The shallow center field. Ellsbury makes his way in and makes the catch that ends the inning. The Indians add another run. We're halfway through this one. 6-3 Cleveland.
We're born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see. new adventures. That's how we fly. Beginning June 2nd, Southwest Airlines is offering new nonstop service from Logan to Houston Hobby, starting at $125 one way. Book now online, only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
I'll have a Green Mountain French vanilla.
How about a Southern Pecan?
I prefer...
What about Donut House? Breakfast blend? Vanilla cream? Cinnamon roll? Hazelnut?
Colombian?
Nantucket blend? Coconut fudge? Fair trade? Matre?
I'd really prefer a cup of...
French vanilla, monsieur.
For all your flavors, merci, WB.
Who but WB Mason?
Hey, what's going on here?
You want the long or the short answer?
Long, I guess.
Chevy's having a great deal on the 2013 Silverado, but you better hurry because we don't want to see a grown man cry spectacular.
What's the short answer? Nice.
The Chevy Memorial Day Sale. During the Chevy Memorial Day Sale, current Chevy owners trade up to this 2013 Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition with a total value of $92.50. Plus, get America's best pickup coverage, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance.
Monday, Red Sox, Phillies.
A spectacular night for baseball.
For the first time in 3 years, the Liberty City invades the historic grounds of Fenway Park.
Very rare to see here at Fenway Park.
And while the Sox continue their surge into summer, the Phillies have flatlined in the standings. Can Boston break through against an already banged-up bullpen? Or will the Phils put up a fight against one of baseball's best? Phillies, Red Sox. Interleague coverage begins Monday at 6 on NESN.
Turn to WB Mason for all your office coffee needs, like Carrick Brewers and Green Mountain K-Cups delivered right to your office. Who do you call for the flavors you want at prices you'll savor? Who but WB Mason? And it's on here to the bottom of the 5th inning back at Fenway Park, as leading it off for the Red Sox is Jacoby Ellsbury.
I don't know if the catcher forgot what he put down, but it looked like he got crossed up, which is very unusual with nobody at second base. I think he just might have misplayed that fastball, that's all.
Ellsbury, the check swing. He goes around, according to third base umpire Chris Guccione, and it's 0-2. Ellsbury struck out in the first inning, a bunt single in the third, as one of the Red Sox 5 hits in the game. Word on Will Middlebrooks is low back spasms, the reason that he left this game. Two pitches, strike 3 to Ellsbury. That one comes back and gets the corner. That is 5 strikeouts now for McAllister, and there's 1 out in the 5th.
That's the second time he has struck out Jacoby tonight, both times on the fastball. Mid to end, different pitches as he gets deeper into the ball game. A couple of change-ups and breaking balls. At first, it was a lot of fastballs from McAllister. Right back to it here to lead off the 5th.
Six in a row retired by McAllister now. 1 out in the 5th inning, and Daniel Nava the batter. Nava doubled in the first inning, walked and scored in the third. Matchup tonight is brought to you by Acura. Daniel Nava 4 for 6 against Zach McAllister, and has been on twice against him tonight. is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Indians out hitting the Red Sox 9-5 as the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And breaking ball slipping out of the hand of McAllister, and the count runs full. Third major league season for McAllister, and over in the Kearns deal from the Yankees. In the air down the left field line, as this one will end up in the seats. Austin Kearns, who was traded to the Yankees, and McAllister coming back from New York. At his major league debut July 7th of 2011. No decision against the Blue Jays in that first outing. Inside, and Nava draws his second walk of the night. Nessa Daily brings you everything you need to know about the day in Boston sports. Our team coverage will bring you all the headline makers from tonight's Bruins-Rangers Game 4 in New York City. We'll take you inside the locker rooms as the Bees look for the win that will get them halfway to the Stanley Cup. Also recap tonight's game here at Fenway and the reaction to the return of Terry Francona. All that and more on Nessa Daily tonight following our Red Sox coverage, which is high to Dustin Pedroia for ball one, and now Yan Gomes headed to the mound. Walked Nava breaks up a string of 6 in a row, retired by McAllister. And tonight, mass mentoring night at Fenway Park. It is that time of year again, and I know the youngsters always look forward to this night at Fenway every year. Having a good time tonight. Great program. 1-0 pitch to Pedroia. Is up high, 2-0. In there for strike one, 2-1. Even with the bag at third defensively is Mike Aviles. Now they're being held on at first by Carlos Santana. A check on Nava's back to the bag. A fly ball to center field. Michael Bourne moving back to make the catch for the second out, and Nava back to the bag at first with now 2 down. Here comes Big Papi David Ortiz. David's 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. The Red Sox right back in the game. They were trailing 4-0 at the time. And for David, he is 8th home run of the year. RBIs 32, 33, and 34. Now he represents the run here. If he could drive in 2, bring the Red Sox back within 1 again. This is in the dirt, kicks away, and Nava will head to second base without a problem. Right up the first base line as it jumps off Yan Gomes. Wild pitch that time, charged to McAllister.
Yeah, a lot of times you see that curveball bounce back toward the catcher. This one does, but then deflects up the first base line, and another meeting at the mound coming up. Easy view for Nava to see just how far that ball got away, and gets in a scoring position. Now they'll talk about Ortiz and how they're going to deal with him. Callaway, the pitching coach, coming out.
Well, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or one where the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital. CVS is aiming for a goal of $25,000 in donations this season. Indians do have action in their pen. Scott Barnes and Cody Allen are both up, a lefty and a righty. Well, pitch getting Nava to second base with 2 outs here in the 5th. David Ortiz trying to deliver him. 1-0. He is in there for the strike, 1-1. On the ground to third base, Aviles has got it. Throws out Big Papi to end the inning. We are through 5 from Fenway. The Indians have a 6-3 lead.
You put fairness first. You put honesty first. You put simplicity first. And isn't it wonderful when a bank does the same thing? At Eastern Bank, many people told us they wanted and needed free checking. And we were happy to put their needs first. Eastern Free Checking, free of monthly fees, with other welcome benefits as well. And one more liberating example of how here, you're first. Eastern Bank.
There are a lot of great reasons to visit the Kia sales event. Because you can test drive an Optima with an available GDI turbo engine, a Sorento with available third-row seating and a power liftgate, or a Forte, which gets 36 mpg highway. Plus, every Kia comes equipped with one of these. So now that test drive can turn into an everyday drive. Get 0% APR plus 500 bonus cash on the Optima and see why it's one smart move.
At Jiffy Lube, we're highly trained in more ways than one, from oil changes, entire rotations, to ridiculous slam dunks. We also have access to vehicle manufacturer recommendations to service practically every make and model. Not to mention, we use the advanced technology of Pennzoil motor oil.
Visit JiffyLube.com/sweepstakes for your chance to score tickets to one of Pro Baseball's big games.
Our homeless patients are thrilled when they get socks. Offering people socks when you've been wandering around all day is one of the most powerful things we can do to really engage people and let them know we care. They're receiving something that is clean and comforting. So when those socks are coming from the Red Sox and Red Sox Nation, it gets even more powerful.
Bring a new package of white cotton socks to Fenway Park, May 25th and 26th, all to benefit Boston Healthcare for the Homeless program.
For more information, visit Nesson.com.
Learn how 15,000 plumbing, heating, and HVAC contractors rely on FW Web for expertise, selection, and solutions. Visit FWWeb.com for more about the proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. Now 6-3, the Indians on top of the Red Sox as we head to inning number 6 from Fenway. Well, Clayton Mortensen on for his 3rd inning of relief. He's been in since the 4th. As Drupal Cabrera leads it off for the Indians and takes a pitch high for ball 1. Cabrera flied out to left field in the 1st inning. Since then, has 2 singles to center and a run batted in. At 3rd is Siriaco. Up and away for ball 2, 2-1. Again, Will Middlebrooks leaving the game tonight with spasms in his lower back as he batted twice in the game tonight before departing in the 5th inning. So Pedro Siriaco now at 3rd base. Outside for ball 3. Lay's Ticket brings you the pitching line for Clayton Mortensen. So far, 2+ innings, 4 hits, and a couple of runs. Gave up a run in the 4th, a run in the 5th. A walk, no strikeouts. Second time he's thrown 40 pitches or more in an outing this season. And a swing and a miss, full count. Michael Brantley on deck, and then Carlos Santana scheduled to bat here in the visiting half of the 6th inning. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
I was thinking we were driving back from the ballpark in Chicago the other night, and some guy jumped in a cab with us. He was a big CEO of one of our sponsors, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was or he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't.
No.
One of our sponsors. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, we've got
nice gentleman, though, to let us share his cab.
Yeah, very nice guy.
Down to first base goes Asdrubal Cabrera as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Done with Will Middlebrooks out of tonight's game. We're going to update you on Shane Victorino, who's taken out of Monday night's game with tightness in his left hamstring. He is improving day by day, but he is unavailable in tonight's game. He said the Sox will continue to ramp up the physical work and the physical activity, and they'll pay close attention to how he responds to that. Still day by day right now, but no roster move to report at this time.
All right, thanks very much, Jenny. Asdrubal Cabrera with a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. As Brantley on a check swing.
Anyway, I didn't feel like the guy carried his share of the load money-wise as far as getting back to the hotel, because he did come in our cab.
Right. And what did he give you, $12 or something?
I think $11, I think.
Yeah. Didn't really cover it.
That didn't come close to covering. Nice guy, though. Yes. Very nice guy.
Runner takes off, then stops as a start and stop for Cabrera at first base, but he remains there. Center field as Cabrera takes second base on a ringing single for Michael Brantley, and the first two have reached here for the Indians in the 6th inning.
Now the Indians pick up their 10th hit of the night against Red Sox pitching. Brantley right back up the middle with the line drive, so the first 2 men on here in the 6th inning.
Well, they're headed to OT. Bruins and Rangers tonight from New York. Seems like a lot, but I wonder what the percentage of overtime games are in the playoffs in the NHL.
It does seem like a lot. It seems like it's been a lot this year, right?
Yeah.
And the Bruins have been very successful in overtime, so maybe that'll happen again tonight.
A walk and a single here in the 6th inning for the Indians. And Carlos Santana, the batter, he has had a bunt single tonight and walked twice, been on 3 times and scored 2 runs for the Indians.
If I was the coach right now, I'd be setting up a play for overtime. If
you were Claude?
If I was Claude right now, I'd put Chara right in front of that goalie, block his vision, get a shot off, game over.
Now, what would you do about the other point, though, if you have Zdeno Chara leave his point on defense?
Well, you got to have one of your wingers get back on defense, obviously.
So you want one of the guys who are up in front who score goals.
Yeah, if
they go to the back.
I mean, if the shot doesn't go in, they got to get back quickly.
Okay, very quickly.
I want to put Chara right in front of that goalie. All 7'9" of them, so he can't see anything.
Right. And
take a shot.
And here's the thing, but you want Chara shooting because he's got one of the hardest shots in all the NHL.
That I'm aware of.
So,
but I'm looking for the decoy. I'm looking for
want him just to block as much space as he possibly can.
Take up as much space as possible.
Well, if somebody get a hold of Claude and let him know your thoughts, maybe they can put this play together in time to begin the overtime.
Well, they use it on power plays every once in a while. I see that.
Have him out in front.
Yeah.
Carlos Santana standing in. Here's a 1-0. He'll take ball 2, blocked by Saltalamacchia, and it's 2-0. Red Sox have action in the pen. Alex Wilson, right-hander, is up. We have seen Dempster tonight for 3 innings. Mortensen is in for his 3rd inning of relief. He's gone 2 so far and has not recorded an out here yet in the 6th inning. A walk and a single. Now he falls behind Carlos Santana, 2-0. In the dirt, 3-0. Mark Reynolds waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the top half of the 6th inning. Outside, ball 4, and that will load the bases. 2nd walk of the inning. We'll stay with NESN after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. We'll break down all the game action as well as go into the clubhouse for player reaction and John Farrell's press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Well, that's going to be the night for Clayton Mortensen. Bases loaded for the Indians. Nobody out. And Alex Wilson coming in. 6-3. Indians on top.
What do you think?
Wow. Very cool.
Did you say berry?
No. Yeah.
The new Berry Blast Colada is bursting with pomegranate and blueberry flavor. Grab any small for $1.99 today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Here's the pitch. Oh, it's his quality, choice, and value ball. Nobody can hit that.
My all-wood Bentley bedroom has it all.
Reversible headboard bed.
Underbed storage.
Standard chest or the Bob-around.
Dresser, mirror, and even a nightstand.
Quality, choice.
And a can't-be-beat price of only $15.99.
A certified value.
A bona fide value.
A Bob-a-fide value.
I want to be like Bob. You're out.
Right now at Sullivan Tire, it's our spring clearance event, and every tire in stock. All our tires are on sale. So if you need tires, we have thousands of popular brand tires to move out now. And you can save even more with mail-in rebates on select major brand tires. Come on in. Your tires are on sale. And if you happen to find a lower price anywhere on any tire, we'll match it. But hurry, because this all tires on sale event is only till May 25th. And it's only at Sullivan Tire.
Here you go. Breakfast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts.
What's in it?
Turkey sausage.
Turkey what?
It's good. You'll like it. Try it.
Amazing.
Dunkin's new turkey sausage breakfast sandwich. Surprisingly great sausage taste with under 400 calories. Try one today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Back at Fenway Park, 6-3. The Cleveland Indians have the lead over the Red Sox as a tough situation here for Alex Wilson coming into the game for the Red Sox. Bases loaded and nobody out. And our Coors Light refrigerator from the bullpen is Alex Wilson, his 15th appearance, 1-0 with 1.69 earned run average, 12 strikeouts, 8 walks, and opponents hitting at .250 against him. Sox fans, there's a new reliever in town and he's throwing silver bullets. This is lined into left center field. And from third base comes Cabrera to give the Indians a 7-3 lead on the first pitch thrown by the new pitcher Alex Wilson, and it's Mark Reynolds who drives in his 3rd run of the night.
He's had a good night, a walk, a base hit to drive in 2. Now another base hit with the bases loaded to drive in another run. He's got 3 RBI in the night, gives him a total of 40 now on the season. Playing base to base on the Indians with nobody out.
So bases reloaded, a run in, and that takes us to Yan Gomes. Only member of this Cleveland Indians starting 9 tonight not to have a base hit in the game, although he's been on. Base on balls in the 3rd inning. And almost gets hit with a pitch inside. Fastball at 92 miles an hour. Up high, 2-0. That run is charged to Clayton Mortensen, who in 2+ innings so far has been charged with 3 runs. He is responsible for Brantley at 3rd, Santana at 2nd. And you have Mark Reynolds, who's at first base, the responsibility of Alex Wilson. Popped up, foul ground as Napoli heads over. He's got to play, and he can't make it. Drops it in foul ground as he was backpedaling off the glove.
Looks like he's under control here. Then he starts going back a couple of steps and it hits the heel of the glove and bounces out. Napoli will probably pick up an error on that, which would be his 3rd of the season.
It is an error. Gomes lines this down the left field line, and this is trouble. Headed to the corner. 1 run is in. Here comes another in Santana. And no throw to the plate. 2 more runs in for the Tribe, and Cleveland takes a 9-3 lead. Yan Gomes driving in a pair. Those 2 runs are charged to Clayton Mortensen.
Now the Indians have their hitting shoes on tonight. Gomes picking up his first hit right down that left field line, drives in 2 runs. The gap widens in this one.
So Mortensen ends up going 2+ innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. He walked 3. They did not strike anybody out. Alex Wilson with runners at 2nd and 3rd. To Mike Aviles with strike 1. The infield is in for the Red Sox. As Boston now trails by 6. Outside corner for strike 2.
Red Sox were playing the infield back when they were loaded, trying to get a double play to minimize the damage, but now at 2nd and 3rd they bring him in.
Jammed and fouled off here by Aviles, off to the right. This game summary is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. McAllister still in the game after 5 innings, as he has given up a total of 3 runs, a 3-run home run to David Ortiz, who picks up his 8th home run of the year. Dempster lasting just 3 innings in the game tonight. 85 pitches in the 3 innings, and he is on the hook. 1-2's little pop up. The infield was in, so Pedroia's got to hurry up to get back to the outfield grass to make the catch. No advance for the base runners, and that is the first out of the inning.
Once again trying to keep that breaking ball away from Aviles, and this time they get good results. The pop up that Pedroia had to go back on to make the catch. Infield remains in with 1 out and 2 men in scoring position.
Drew Stubbs is 1 for 3 in the game. He had a double to drive in a run in the second inning. Since then, a strikeout and a flyout. There's strike 1. Strike 2. Action in the Indians pen. Cody Allen, the right-hander, is up and warming. Alister's gone the first 5 and thrown 96 pitches in the first 5 innings.
And has sat around a long time between innings here.
That'll bounce in, blocked by Saltalamacchia. Center field. Ellsbury on the move, and he'll make the running catch. No, it's up over his head. And around from third comes Reynolds. Gomes will try and score from second. He will without a problem. It is a triple for Drew Stubbs out to the triangle in right center field. And a 12. 2 runs come in, an 11-3 lead now for the Indians.
Ellsbury going back as hot as he possibly can, but it's going to get over his head. Stubbs picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. And this is becoming a runaway here at Fenway Park in Cleveland's favor.
Now runner at third base after the 2-run triple by Drew Stubbs. Michael Bourne, the 8th batter of the game here for the Indians in the 6th inning. 7th time this season the Indians have scored 10 runs or more. They had 19 runs against the Houston Astros earlier this season on April 20th. They can score runs. Top of the 6th inning so far here for the Indians. Swinging a foul, 2-2. Hit, and from third comes Stubbs with the 12th Indians run of the night, and it's now 12-3 Indians. It's time now for a Toyota game break. Here's Tom Caron.
Well, thank you, Don. As you've already said, they're going to overtime at Madison Square Garden, and the Bruins and Rangers have just taken the ice in OT. Meantime, Dale Long and Gord Kluzak ready to anchor our post-game coverage. As soon as the hockey game comes to an end, come on to NESN Plus to get the best post-game coverage anywhere. Don?
All right, Tom, thanks very much. Back here at Fenway Park, the Indians have opened things up as they have scored 6 times here in the 6th inning to take a 12-3 lead. And now Jason Kipnis becomes the 9th batter for the Indians here in the inning as the rain starts to fall here at Fenway. Pitch in there for a strike. This is line down the right field line towards the pole and foul. Kipnis tonight singled in the first inning, struck out in the third. He popped out in the fourth and flied to center in the fifth. Pitch up high for ball one. Two balls, two strikes. Since Wilson has come in, he's been able to record only one out. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Kipnis in the end. First strikeout for Wilson, second out of the sixth inning.
He gets Kipnis on the breaking ball down and in for the strikeout. There's the curveball from Wilson to pick up the strikeout. That last whiff was brought to you on NESN by Head and Shoulders.
And the Indians have batted around here in the inning. It was Asdrubal Cabrera. It's in there for strike one to Cabrera, who walked to get this whole inning started. Inning that has seen the Indians score 6 times so far, on top 12-3. 0-2. More action for the Red Sox in their pen as Craig Breslow warms in the pen. Up foul, that'll get back into the seats. Saltalamacchia giving chase, but no chance. Swing and a miss, and striking out is Asdrubal Cabrera, but the damage has certainly been done. Indians score 6 times.
I want to watch cartoons.
Now you can watch DirecTV at home, anywhere, on any device, at no extra charge. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV.
When people think about auto insurance, everybody has their own definition of value. If you're looking for the best value, call Amica. A great price is just the beginning. We'll also dig deeper and find every discount that you're eligible for, even some you might not know about. So call 877-76-AMICA. A great price plus the coverage and service you deserve. That's the value of Amica Auto Insurance.
We gave the new E-Class some of the most advanced driver systems ever made. Stereoscopic vision, Distronic Plus braking, lane keeping and steering assist. 11 enhanced systems in all. 12, counting your adrenaline system. The 2014 E-Class, the most intelligent, exhilarating Mercedes-Benz ever made. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
Welcome back to Fenway Park. It is currently 12-3 Indians going into the bottom of the 6th, and we have a slugfest tonight. So we asked fans at home if they'd rather watch a slugfest or a close defensive match. Here are the best answers brought to you by AT&T. Sean France says a great defense matchup, too much fun watching diving bodies and solid plays. MJ says, let's be honest, while I respect the defense, a slugfest is just more exciting to watch. And Go for the G says nothing like a tight pitcher's duel where every pitch can make a difference in the game. Don?
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. Some changes here for the Cleveland Indians as we play along to the 6th inning. Cord Phelps comes in at second base for the Tribe as Jason Kipnis leaves the game, and a new pitcher in for the Indians. It turns out to be their second of the night. Cody Allen makes his 19th appearance of the year, 1-0 with 2.14 earned run average. 28 strikeouts, 7 walks. Opponents hitting at 195 against Allen. McAllister, the pitcher of record tonight for the Indians, has a chance for his 4th win. Came in at 3-3 with the first 5 innings. What's going on here, Jerry? Got a lot of stuff. Celebrating a 48th birthday. Celebrating Tito's return, 04 and 07. As Terry Francona coming back here at Fenway Park tonight, and his Indians with a 12-3 lead. McAllister went 5 innings, gave up a total of 5 hits and 3 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 5 in his outing. Here's Mike Napoli to lead it off. And Napoli takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Single and a strikeout so far for Napoli. A 1-for-2 night. Rain has been falling since last inning at Fenway Park.
Sounds like something we might have to deal with throughout the weekend.
Yes.
Some inclement weather coming into the New England area.
That's a strike call. Napoli did hold up, but called a strike, and it's 1-2.
I think it's supposed to cool off a little bit too as the weekend goes on. The high of 60.
Straight back, and it hangs at 2-2. There will be a game 5 as the Rangers win it 4-3. Chris Kreider, a former Boston College Eagle. Post-game coverage on NESN Plus. Two pitch coming to Mike Napoli. And it's a strike 3 call. So Cody Allen strikes out the first batter he faces. 6th strikeout tonight for Indians pitching.
A pretty nasty breaking ball there by Cody Allen to get to Napoli. Looking. Most pitches away in this at bat to Napoli. The last pitch away on the outside corner.
One down in the 6th, and Jared Saltalamacchia the batter. A walk and a line out so far tonight as they go into the shift on the right side. 96 on the fastball from Allen, and it's 1-2. In there for strike 3. Let's check in with Tom Caron.
Is over at Madison Square Garden. The New York Rangers have won in overtime. Former BC Eagle Chris Kreider gets the game-winning goal. Our coverage underway on NESN Plus. Let's listen in for a moment.
And then Rick Nash, beautiful pass. Chris Kreider, tremendous speed. Those two players, the Rangers have some skill up front, probably no more so than those two players, and they were the ones that were able to combine to create the winning goal.
I'm not a huge advocate of momentum from game to game. I certainly believe in momentum during the course of a game. How much carryover do you think there will be for the Rangers coming into Game 5 Saturday here at the Garden?
Yeah, I think there will be a significant amount of carryover here. I think they feel like they have life again. And I think whenever you win an overtime game, sometimes that takes a little bit more out of the team that lost. It's a little harder to recover mentally. But I do think the Bruins, they've been in this situation before. They've been up 3-1. They had a chance against Toronto to close it out at home.
All right, that's what's going on over on NESN Plus. We'll get back to baseball on NESN. Don and Jerry take it away right after this.
Comes out very much ready to try to put this Rangers team away. But
NESN wanted a serious fishing show where men fish and talk about men's stuff.
You can talk fashion like you're used to.
With a tough, rugged host.
I'm like Fabio with a fishing pole.
Of strong mind.
I think my dad's crazy.
And strong values.
I'd rather look good than to actually catch fish.
This is not that show. It's Charlie Moore Outdoors, the greatest show on H2O. Sundays on NESN. Brought to you by Obashan, Eastern Propane and Oil, and Subaru of New England.
Keep the Red Sox schedule with you wherever you go with the free downloadable schedule at NESN.com/schedule. You don't need another app. This schedule imports directly into the calendar program you already use and automatically updates and syncs with all your devices. Plus, you get one-click access to Red Sox news and scores, stats, and the live game blog right through your calendar. The 2013 Red Sox downloadable schedule. Go to NESN.com/schedule and follow the instructions to add the full season to your calendar today. The huddle, the calm before the storm, the moment every team sets the strategy, the tone, the stage. For the big stage. And the biggest plays in college sports. The huddles, the highlights, and every second of the action in between is played on NESN University. Presented by Hess and Hess Express. The best Sox news comes from the source. Take it from the players.
I actually pinch ran for Ken Griffey Jr. a couple times. That was the one play that I was like, geez, man.
Former players.
I saved a lot of ball games, but the save is a little bit overrated.
I have seen the ball hit the ladder and just hit every little bar.
You can have that leadership rolled out.
Once a baseball player, always a baseball player.
TC.
God, there is baseball news.
And the people who know the game best.
Legitimate reason to believe in this team.
NESN is the only place where the Sox go to talk about the game.
Not really clubhouse guy. That's a good ball player.
Before every game on NESN.
Back at rainy Fenway Park with the Indians on top now 12-3 as we head to the top half of the 7th inning at Fenway. And a new pitcher for the Red Sox, their 4th of the night, Craig Breslow. 9th appearance, 1-0 with a 1.17 earned run average. 3 walks and 3 Ks. Opponents hitting at 207 against Breslow. Well, there's been all Indians here tonight with the exception of the 3-run home run by David Ortiz. They've scored in every inning but one, the first inning. And the big inning was the 6th inning when they scored 6 times of Clayton Mortensen and Alex Wilson. Dempster tonight, the starter, is on the hook as he gave up 4 runs. Mortensen giving up 5, and then Wilson allowing 3. Michael Brantley has been on twice tonight, a walk and a single.
The rain really starting to pick up now at Fenway Park. As the wind seems to be gusting a little bit more, rain coming down a little bit harder.
Covers off the tarp in case. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Brantley, Santana, and Reynolds to face Craig Breslow here in the inning. This is lined and caught. Middle of the cap high and short by Stephen Drew for the first out of the 7th inning.
Now, even some outs have been hard in this game tonight. Brantley, who has 1 hit and had walked in this game, hits a hard line drive, but right at Stephen Drew, the shortstop.
One down for Carlos Santana. Had a bunt single back in the 2nd inning, and since then he's walked 3 times. He has scored 3 runs in the game.
And Santana now has 28 walks on the season.
Everybody in this Indians order has at least a base hit in the game. 3 tonight for Michael Bourne in the top spot of the order. Multi-hit games for Stubbs, Reynolds, and Asdrubal Cabrera. He banged out 14 hits. Mark Reynolds waiting on deck here for the Tribe. Inside for ball 3. In there for a strike, and it's 3-1. There's ball 4, and Santana walks for the 4th time tonight. 5th time he's been on base in the game. We'll get set for every Red Sox game on NESN with Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way.
Now, regardless of the score and the rain, some of the fans still having a good time here at Fenway.
I don't know how well that umbrella is working.
You seem to be having some problems with it.
This one is fouled back.
You're carrying an umbrella, right, Don?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. In your bag?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the one thing I don't really have a backup for, though.
You should have 2. One for me and one for you, just in case.
1 pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Boy, I'd really be in bad shape if I had to bring backups for you, too. So I'll have backups for me and then backups for you. I mean, I need a bigger bag.
No, I don't need backups. Just like, maybe just an umbrella in case we get trapped in Chicago there in the rain. Scooting along the highway trying to get a cab. Very dangerous in Chicago getting a cab.
Very hard to get a cab.
I mean, you got to go right on the off ramp of a highway. And then you got to give a guy a $5 bill to get you a cab.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
No 2 to Reynolds. He's hit well to left field. He's going to grab some wall up off the scoreboard as Carp will gun it back in. 1st and 3rd now with 1 out here in the 7th inning.
Now Reynolds has had a big night. He's 3 for 4 on the night. Also has a walk, 3 RBIs. As he plants this one off the scoreboard, it's the slider from Breslow. And Reynolds has been a big part of this offense, hitting in the middle of the batting order, providing power.
Two on, 1 out, and Yan Gomes the batter. Struck out in the 2nd. He walked in the 3rd, fly to left in the 5th, and doubled in the 6th inning. Fourth time the Indians have had 15 hits or more in a game. Inside for ball 3, 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Seven of the last 8 appearances for Breslow have been scoreless, including each of his last 6. Encompasses 6 2/3 innings. Grounded back to Breslow. He will go to second base for 1, on to first for 2. Red Sox needed that. Breslow induces the double play that ends the inning. 7th inning stretch, 12-3 Indians.
We're born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see. New adventures. That's how we fly. Beginning June 2nd, Southwest Airlines is offering new nonstop service from Logan to Houston Hobby, starting at $125 one way. Book now online, only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
Civic keeps getting better. Now with more standard features than ever before. It's the best Civic yet. Only from Honda.
You'll probably never bat in the 9th inning of Game 7. Or have to make a shot with 20,000 fans screaming at you. Or choreograph an original touchdown dance. But you do have a sport, and every weekend is your chance to take the field. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Jamison Coyle, Lee Hextall here in the NESN Television Center, working on a jam-packed edition of NESN Daily tonight.
The Bruins look to complete the sweep of the Rangers. We'll have full highlights and reaction from MSG, plus Andy Brickley's exclusive game breakdown.
And Tom Brady has a new take on Wes Welker's departure. You do not want to miss it. Right now, we go back to Don and Jerry at Fenway.
Jamison and Leah, thanks. Between the Bruins on Broadway and Terry Francona back in town, certainly a night Boston fans will be talking about tonight. We look forward to watching NESN Daily as soon as we wrap up tonight's Red Sox coverage. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, 12-3. The Cleveland Indians have the lead, and a new pitcher is on for the Indians. Scott Barnes into the game here for the Indians. His 4th appearance, no record, a 4.50 earned run average. 4 strikeouts in 4 innings to 2 walks, and opponents hitting at .077 against Barnes. Just called back up again today and into the game here as the Indians have a 9-run lead. Takes over for Cody Allen, who went an inning and struck out 2. Stephen Drew leading it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trying to play through the rain here at Fenway Park. It's been raining the last couple of innings now. Fly ball to center field. Michael Bourne going back. Also taking backpedaling to the track as he makes the catch. The Eastern Mass Lexus dealers bring you the pitching line for Zach McAllister. 5 innings tonight, 5 hits, 3 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 5. Did throw 96 pitches in the 5 innings, but chance to pick up his 4th win. He came in individually at 500 at 3-3. They get plenty of offense tonight, of offensive support. Here's Mike Karp with 1 out. And Karp takes strike 1. Karp grounded out in the 2nd. He grounded out in the 4th. you agree this is the hardest it has rained yet?
Yeah, I think so, but not nearly as hot as it was that night in Chicago when we finished the game.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Was really pouring that night.
I still can't believe they finished that game.
It's amazing. There was standing water on the infield.
In the dirt outside, and it's 1-2.
He was coming down in sheets.
Swing and a miss, and Karp strikes out for the second out of the 7th inning.
And Barnes just a little bit nasty here. Pretty good fastball, tight slider right there, away from Karp once he got ahead of him.
So 2 down in the inning. Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. Ellsbury struck out in the 1st inning, bunt single in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. On the ground, foul. Strike 2. Soft ground ball off the mound is Barnes, who will flip underhanded to get Ellsbury. And to end the inning, we head for the 8th from Fenway with the Indians on top 12-3.
Those commercials from out-of-state groups attacking Kelly Ayotte are flat out wrong.
Those attack commercials are partisan and deliberately misleading.
I know they're distorting her record. When it comes to preventing gun violence, Kelly voted for what works, fixing background checks and strengthening mental health screenings.
Kelly Ayotte has worked closely with New Hampshire law enforcement to put violent criminals behind bars.
Kelly has the courage and independence to stand up and do what's right for New Hampshire.
She's helped make our community safer.
What most of us here in New Hampshire support are common sense gun reforms, and that's what Kelly voted for.
Traveling, you definitely end up meeting a lot more people, but a friend underwater is something completely different. I met a turtle friend today, so you don't get that very often. It seemed like it was more than happy to have us in his home.
So beautiful.
More travel, more options, more personal. Whatever you're looking for, Expedia has more ways to help you find yours.
10, 9, 8. The Ford Dealers Memorial Day sale is counting down. Now through June 3rd. Lease the New England Edition F-150 for just $199 a month. That's $199. Just announced. Get a Ford F-150 or Super Duty with up to $7,250 total savings. 3, 2, 1. Done. Hurry. The Ford Memorial Day sale ends June 3rd.
Playing the game of baseball is about playing it the right way. That's the one thing I try to always do when I'm out there is realize that there's a kid that's coming to the ballpark and watching you. I want to make sure that I hustle, that I respect my teammates, put a smile on my face, and enjoy the game.
Fans find different ways to spend their time in the rain here at Fenway Park.
That's a big balloon to be blowing up without, some help.
He's almost done, though. I think he's...
I wonder what he's going to do with it when he's done.
Hopefully he doesn't pass out, first of all. He's not done. He's going back for more. He's going to finish it.
He's going to finish it off. And probably end up on the field, and then somebody will crush it.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of his beach ball.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now this is bad. He spent all this time doing this, and now he's going to get the bad news that I'm going to take it away.
Oh, man, I used all this air, man.
Yeah, it's a tough break. This isn't the beach.
But, man, I'm telling you, man, I used all this air.
You got to be kidding me. I've been here for the last 20 minutes blowing this up, and you're going to take it away. That's correct. Here we go to the 8th inning. Shinichi Tozawa, the new pitcher. And this one is fouled back. Mike Aviles leading it off in the 8th. Tozawa's 21st appearance, 3-2, the 2.79 earned run average. 25 strikeouts, 3 walks, and opponents hitting at .264 against Tozawa. On the ground towards shortstop, Stephen Drew moves in. His toss in time to get Aviles for the first out of the 8th.
That's it. He's taking his beach ball and he's going home. Job well done by security. I mean, that's not allowed. He didn't get nasty with him. He just explained to him that you cannot be blowing that balloon up in the air. And
that's why I'm taking it. I'm going home.
So the dude said, I'm going home. I'm taking my balloon and I'm going home.
Drew Stubbs bats with 1 out here in the 8th. 2 for 4 in the game with 3 RBIs. And laces this into left field. Quickly to the track of the wall. Carp over to play it. Headed for second base is Stubbs. And Stubbs with a double. His second double of the night. He also has a triple in the game. So a 3-hit night for the number 9 man. So every Friday home game this season, NESN has your ticket for an extra 30 minutes of Red Sox pregame coverage live from Yawkey Way. It's Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser, starting at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow night, right here on NESN. 1 out Stubbs at second base, and Michael Bourne coming up. Bourne with 3 hits. He's driven in 2 runs in the game. Craig Breslow worked the 7th inning, went an inning giving up a hit. No runs. He walked a batter, didn't strike anybody out, and was able to induce a double play to end the 7th. In the dirt, 1-1. Softly right side. Napoli will field. Covering is Tozawa for the second out. Now Stubbs takes third base. 3-1 on the putout. Well, Sox fans, turn 2 of your own this season. Pair together 2 great Sox games at Fenway Park, including a Yankees summer weekend game with a double play ticket package. Visit redsox.com/double play to create your package now. Stubbs 90 feet away with 2 down here in the 8th inning, and coming up here is Gord Phelps for his first at bat, 0 for 8 on the season. He took over defensively for Jason Kipnis an inning ago. Phelps takes ball 1 down and in. Side. Pedroia's got it. He's thrown.
Guys who are what I call grinders, they don't quit.